Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-639-4231. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at CorvetteToday.ck.page. Be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, mid-engine-corvetteforum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at mid-engine-corvetteforum.com. Soul Performance Products. Developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit aerolarri.com. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned vets on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit e5wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. Let me introduce you to United Restyling, where passion meets precision for your C8 Corvette. They specialize in premium interior and exterior trim products and kits designed to match the color of your Corvette. You'll get perfect fit and effortless installation every time. Check out the full line of Corvette products and kits at unitedrestyling.com or call 860-718-9955 and use the promo code STEVE10 for a 10% discount on your total purchase. And a shout out to Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. All right, here we go. It's time to bring you the latest Corvette news and headlines with my pal Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. Keith joins me every other week, and we keep you current and up to date on what's happening with America's sports car. Keith, welcome back to the show. We got a full schedule today, buddy.
Yeah, glad to be here, Steve. Of course, it's autumn now. The weather's getting nice. Got some great events coming up here for the end of the year, so looking forward to it.
Me too. Let's start off like we always do, Keith. Let's get a Corvette production update from the Bowling Green assembly plant.
Absolutely, Steve. So, no issues in production that we've seen since our last show. The Corvettes just keep rolling off the assembly line. So far for 2026, we have 6,738 new Corvettes produced. And I went ahead and grabbed some of the percentages for us, give us a little bit better understanding of what's happening there. So Stingray production so far totals 4,234 units, and it represents 63% of cars produced. Think about that. Before the 2026s, we were really heavy Z06s, but now obviously the Stingrays are back and they're being produced by far the most. Second, of course, is the Z06, 1,948 cars produced so far, and that's at 29% of production for this model year. And then we have the E-Ray and ZR1. They're only actually separated by 14 units. The ZR1 totals 285 produced, while the E-Ray is 271, and both of those are right around 4% of production. Not sure, again, why the E-Ray is so far down the line there where it was previously. You know, they were doing 20, 25 a day, and now we see 3 and 5 and 7. It's kind of been interesting following that, but I'm sure there's a reason there. We also want to throw out the Chevrolet Live Inventory Tracker. We're actually showing 3,294 new 2026 Corvettes that are available or in transit to dealers. Obviously, new colors, the new dashes in there, the new layout. Good news is we have 46 new ZR1s also being shipped. The bad news is that 6 of those ZR1s have MSRPs greater than $300,000 due to dealer markup. So, take that for what you will.
Oh, my gosh.
I got to say, production's rolling and everything's looking pretty good so far.
Not bad. And I know October allocations come in. And speaking of percentages, we still don't have ZR1X allocation yet, do we?
Nothing yet. We checked with all our dealers. That's what we were really hoping to hear from last week was ZR1X numbers being put out there, but sadly not yet. We did have the 4 other Corvette models available for allocations, although not every dealer got allocations for every 4 models. But we did hear some promising numbers on ZR1s with dealers receiving multiple cars there. And again, the E-Ray is the one car that is not being allocated as much as all the others. So some interesting things happening there with the E-Ray. We're still trying to dive down into our contacts and figure out what might be happening there. But for right now, it's a low produced car with the customer base that loves it.
I know you love yours, buddy.
I do. I love mine.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of more numbers, I know that GM delivered over 5,000 Corvettes in Q3 of this year, which is a good number, isn't it?
No, Steve, it's not good news at all because this is number 5,123 new Corvettes during the quarter. It was 34% off of what we saw the previous quarter in 2024. They had 7,797 Corvettes sold third quarter 2024. Really saw the number of Corvettes dive. And for calendar year-to-date numbers, we've delivered 17,718 cars. That's a 31% decline over last year's numbers. What we're seeing here is that stop sale notice heavily impacted sales of Corvettes in third quarter. That stop sale notice started in, I believe, August 21st. It impacted heavily what we saw for sales. So.
It sure did, yeah. And the weird thing about it, this is the head scratcher. You've got a picture of overflow parking at the Bowling Green assembly plant where they're lining up down the driveway there.
Yeah, so sales are down, but production's up. I think, again, stop sale notice, they cannot release these cars, and so they're still building them. They've been fixing them at the plant. They're ready to go at the plant. They just haven't been able to ship them out. Those cars are now shipping, as we know. That photo came from Rick Connie, who was out there at the plant, and like me, every time I'm at the plant, I want to drive around back there just to get an eyeball of the lots and see what's happening. The gates were closed, and that line of cars snaked all the way up to the very front of the gates, and then there's a security guard car sitting there as well. So no more stolen ZR1s from the plant, it looks like. But they're working on now just getting these cars out to the shippers and getting them shipped out to the dealer. So hopefully that line will be gone next time we're at the plant.
That'll be nice, yes. And this is a cool story. Great Britain gets their first look at the E-Ray in their first drives, and it looks like they love the car.
Yeah, this was cool. Chevrolet held a ride and drive for auto journalists in the United Kingdom, and the articles all started arriving on October 1st, which tells us embargo was open. So the main reason for the drive was the E-Ray. It was just now offered in the United Kingdom, and of course, with its all-wheel drive capabilities, it should do pretty well there with our weather. But they also had the Z06 and Stingray there for comparisons as well, and we did a roundup of the reactions from these various. I think we had like 7 or 8 different publications that we grabbed their links and the title of the article, and then also what their reaction was to the car.
Wow.
And for the most part, it looked like it was very well received. The problem with that car over there is it's really expensive. I think it's running close to $200,000 over there.
Wow. Yikes. Well, and that's in pounds, so I don't know what that converts to in American dollars.
Yeah, I don't have that number in front of me here, but it's a little bit more expensive over there, obviously.
Definitely. And our final story in the news section, this is really cool. You can celebrate Membership Appreciation Day coming up soon at the National Corvette Museum.
Yeah, it's the second Member Appreciation Day that they've held this year, and only the second one they've held overall. It's October 23rd, and it's just a bunch of fun events for members to come on out, check out the museum. Activities include an exclusive tour with Robert Maxheimer and exhibitions curator Brian Gable. They'll have some giveaways for the first 50 members who check in. They've got specials at the store. And then the Corvette Museum, this is what's really kind of cool, is they said they have a special announcement related to the future of the museum, which they call, quote, a bold new chapter. And so obviously we're excited to learn more about about what that is. You do have to RSVP if you want to attend. Go to CorvetteMuseum.org. I think they had about 150 members for that first member appreciation day back in June 27th when they had it. Hopefully this number will grow, but really anxious to find out more about this announcement.
That sounds good. I'd like to hear what's going on as well. All right, buddy, let's take our first break. When we come back, it's Corvette racing and Corvette rumors on deck next, here on Corvette Today.
Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome is the buzz of the Corvette community. But now, Wheelcraft is proud to announce they can now do custom finishes for your OEM wheels, including the bronze wheel color option. And you still get the Wheelcraft 5-year warranty on all wheels. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchanges for C4 through C8 Corvettes, or they can apply the PVD chrome finish to your current wheels. Buying a new Corvette? Wheelcraft will work with your Chevrolet dealership to get your PVD chrome wheels there on time. You can drive away with your new wheels already installed. Doing an R8C delivery at the National Corvette Museum? Wheelcraft has partnered with the NCM Motorsports Park to do wheel exchanges once your R8C delivery is completed. You'll drive home from the NCM with your new Wheelcraft wheels. Plus, you still get free lifetime access to the Wheelcraft pit crew. So visit wheelcraft.com or call them at 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
Hey, Corvette lovers, this is Brian Sarr from IntelliSense Family Office. You've formerly known us as True Wealth and Company. First off, a huge congratulations to Steve Garrett on celebrating 6 amazing years of Corvette Today. We've been proud sponsors every mile of the way. You know the thrill and drive and the pride of ownership, but here's the big question. Do you have the same confidence in managing your wealth? At IntelliSense Family Office, we specialize in helping high net worth individuals like you protect, grow, and enjoy their wealth. Whether you're a successful entrepreneur, a professional athlete, or someone who's worked hard to achieve your financial goals, we've got you covered with personalized expert advice. We understand the unique challenges you face and the dreams you have for the future. From advanced tax planning to succession planning, we provide comprehensive services tailored to your needs. Our goal? To give you peace of mind so you can focus on what you love. Ready to take your financial management to the next level? Visit IntelliSense.com or reach out to us today at 913-653-8783. Let's drive your financial success together. I'm Brian Sarf, and I look forward to helping you live the dream. Save the wave and see you on the road. Investment advisory services offered through IntelliSense Investment Solutions Incorporated, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at RadiatorGrillStore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
I'm Harlan Charles, and you're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, plus popular wheel designs from previous generations. Now, along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call. 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my buddy Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. Every other week, we keep you current and up to date on what's happening in the world of Corvette. In segment 2, we always cover Corvette racing and Corvette rumors. Keith, tell me about Corvette racing at Fuji.
Yeah, this was a really dramatic late race win for the Corvettes, and pretty exciting there. And in fact, when the race was over, they didn't even know they won yet. So that's how close it was. It's the number 81 Corvette Z06 GT3R. They're at the 6 Hours of Fuji. This is the 81 car. They finished second in LMGT3. But then we find out the leading Ferrari was assessed a 5-second post-race penalty, which was just enough to give the 81 a win.
Wow.
With that win, the 81 now is in third place in the Drivers and Teams Championships. And they're only 24 points out of first place with 39 points available at the 8-hour season finale in Bahrain. Just one more race for TF Sport in WEC, and that's pretty exciting stuff happening there.
Definitely. And also, it looks like Corvette racing is kind of fueling growth with teams, isn't it?
Yeah, so we actually had kind of a state of the state from Jessica Dane, our Corvette Racing program manager, who gave an update on the state of Corvette Racing's GT3 program. And she says since last year's launch, 17 Pratt Miller built Z06 GT3Rs have been competing across global series like FIA World Endurance Championship, IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. You have the European and Asian Le Mans series. You got the GTE World Challenge in America, Asia, and Europe as well. And so now they're saying that any new cars that they're going to come this year, they're not actually expecting any brand new teams to come on, but what they're seeing is existing teams are expanding out their cars. For example, TF Sports adding another 2 cars, and they're going racing in the Asian Le Mans series. We see DXDT Racing did that. They had 1 car in the GT World Challenge America and then expanded to IMSA's WeatherTech Championship Series. The other good news that we've had is that Pratt & Miller has already reached that 20-car minimum imposed by the FIA after 2 years, that the car had to be homologated, had to have 20 of them, and they did that. So it's all done there. And now it's just a matter of, again, getting these cars into teams that want to run them and watching them win, because that's what's starting to happen.
Fantastic. And you mentioned TF Sport and the Asian Le Mans series. They just showed their racing livery, and it looked really, really good.
Yeah, so they got 2 cars going to the Asian Le Mans series. This is an interesting series. You know, it's only 6 races at 3 different tracks, and it runs from December of 2025 through mid-February of 2026. So it's only within that 2.5 months or so that they run that series. But TF Sports adding 2 cars. One of them is going to run under a team name called Racing Team Turkey, Turkey as in the country, and it features silver-rated driver Sila Ulick, factory-rated driver Charlie Eastwood, and then Belgium bronze-rated driver Tom Van Rompuy. These guys have all raced together before. Racing Team Turkey actually came in 3rd in the 2023 European Le Mans Series in the LMPT2 category. This is a really cool livery. It's Turkish red with black, and it's got the big cross flags logo on the top of it. It's a really cool livery, with one of the best I've seen so far. So check that out. And again, just another reason to watch Corvette Racing, the fun paint jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you watch the YouTube version of the show, you'll see the livery. I'll put that up on the YouTube video. Also, Keith, our final story in Corvette Racing, I saw on LinkedIn that Laura Klauser has announced that she is leaving General Motors.
Yeah, she got reassigned last year. I think they were just rotating people in and out. We don't think it was anything to do with performance, because actually what she did was she got this global program. We didn't want this global program to happen. You know, we were more than happy racing the C8Rs, but the rules changed, and so we had to adapt to those changes. She worked very hard on behalf, and we wish her well on her future endeavors. She spent 18 years with General Motors, and hopefully she has another great 18 years someplace else.
Yeah, Laura, we're going to miss you. Keith, let's take our final break, buddy. When we come back, it's the fun side of Corvette. That's on deck next, here on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
The National Corvette Restorer Society is a proud sponsor of Corvette Today. Are you already an NCRS member? If not, you should consider joining, and here's why. The NCRS means community. We're a community of individuals who love the Corvette hobby and enjoy the fellowship that NCRS provides. We have NCRS chapters throughout the U.S. and Canada where members can meet monthly and share in the enjoyment of the Corvette with like-minded people. NCRS means excellence. NCRS trains some of the best and most educated judges and informed owners in the car collector world. NCRS means inclusion. Owners of both classic and new Corvettes are welcome. We offer flight and concourse judging for 53 through 07 model years and sportsman awards for Corvettes ranging from 53 through 2025. NCRS means leadership. With over 10,000 members, NCRS researches, writes, publishes, and distributes tech manuals and judging guides for the 53 through 07 Corvettes. No other Corvette organization does this, and they're available for purchase. Members also receive the bi-monthly and award-winning Restore magazine and Driveline magazine throughout the year. We also host an extensive technical discussion board at ncrs.org. Finally, NCRS means value. Many of our prestigious awards can and often do increase the value of the cars that achieve our awards. Whether you own a 53 Corvette or the latest 25 model, the NCRS has a place for you. Check us out at ncrs.org.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
Hi, I'm Mark Falter, host of the Retirement Income Hour podcast and Corvette enthusiast. I know when I bought my Z06, I was thinking two things. These cars are fantastically fast, and wow, are they expensive. Owning a Corvette isn't just about driving fast. It's about living life in the fast lane. But are your finances keeping up? On my podcast, I'll make wealth management as smooth as your Corvette on the open road. Whether it's planning a retirement, building your investments, or how in the heck do I get my retirement accounts to pay for this Corvette, I have got you covered. Search the Retirement Income Hour podcast wherever you find your podcasts, and let's shift your finances into overdrive. I'll see you on the open road financially and literally.
Investment advisory services offered through Mid-American Wealth Advisory Group, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
Hi, this is Kirk Benyon, and you're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, plus popular wheel designs from previous generations. Now, along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call. 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my buddy Keith Cornett from Corvette Blogger. If you want a deeper dive into any of the stories we cover on the show, you can always go to CorvetteBlogger.com. In this final segment, we cover the fun side of Corvette. Keith, this is really, really cool. We have a new world record for the ZR1 in the quarter mile, don't we?
Yeah, remember the good old days back when the C8 was new and we had all these different tuners and personalities, really competing against each other and setting different records in the quarter mile. And
yeah.
Again, now we've got one for the ZR1, so hopefully we'll see others saying, hey, I'm going to beat that time, right?
Yeah.
Chevrolet says their official time is 9.6 at 150 miles per hour, and this ZR1 ripped off the quarter mile in 9.33 seconds at 152. So the big change here was obviously the car was wearing drag radials on the rear tires, which is the only enhancement that we're aware of. So if you do have a ZR1, now you've got a time to beat the next time you hit the drag strip.
You sure do. That's pretty darn cool.
And we want to see video. We need the video.
Like they say on the forums, pictures or it didn't happen.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, I think this is probably the coolest story of the show, Keith. An Iraqi war veteran was gifted a 1966 Corvette. What's the backstory on that?
I think we briefly talked about this on a previous news and headlines episode where it was getting ready to be given away. About 25 years ago, a country singer named David Ball wrote that story about riding with Private Malone, a Vietnam veteran who was killed in action.
Yeah.
And his mom held onto his car for years, and eventually she sold it, and the new owner that bought it found this haunting letter from Private Malone that basically says, if you're reading this, I never made it back home from Vietnam. So it's kind of a haunting story. I'm getting actually chills just talking about it right now. But Jim Baird of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, served in Vietnam and owned a 1966 Corvette. And this song inspired him to actually give his car away to another deserving veteran. And so with David Ball's help, they actually solicited entries. Out of close to 100 entries, they selected an Iraqi war veteran named Kurt Bowman to receive the car. He's done all this work with veterans, taken people over to Normandy, different things with these disabled veterans. So very truly deserving that he won the car. And he actually says that when they're done with it, they're actually going to pass it along to another deserving soldier at the appropriate time. So good for him, good for David Ball, and of course, good for Jim Baird to want to give away his Corvette to somebody that's very deserving.
That's our feel-good story of the week. That's awesome. This is really cool too, Keith. Pictures are neat. 170 Corvettes from 27 different states ran the tail of the dragon. Wow.
Yeah, and you think, wow, talk about a traffic jam. You saw the traffic jam. If you see the pictures, again, watch the YouTube video because it goes for a mile at least. I mean, these cars are backed up and backed up. It's not just a single day that they did all this. They actually, for 3 days, drove around 600 miles around the mountains areas of Tail of the Dragon, North Carolina, and the Tennessee border there. They're going to do it again next September. There's a Facebook group called Vets versus the Dragon where you can learn more about it. But the video is pretty epic. They got drone shots and everything that's showing these cars just meandering around the curves and things like like that. Again, a very cool event. Corvettes are always fun when you can do it in a group, I think. This definitely shows what a great group looks like going around Tail the Dragon.
That's awesome. Very cool. Also, this is a neat story as well. Boost District debuted a Corvette twin turbo package, and it has a roof exit exhaust. That's pretty exotic.
Yeah, we've seen people experimenting. We've seen the McLaren type with it comes out the trunk. We've seen low. We've seen no exhaust, basically. This one actually uses the coupe, the rear hatch. You've got those vents on the sides. It's got the turbo exits coming out of there. And he went to the drag strip with it, and you see flames popping out of those exits there. So that makes for a really cool visual experience, I think. He's going to make kits for this car. They're available on Boost District. So and if you mention Corvette Blogger, you'll save $500. Just kind of throw that out there as well. But again, we're seeing a tuning company experiment and try to come up with a different way, a unique way for their products. And he says by way they're putting them down, he's actually working to lower the lag that turbos are known for. Pretty cool stuff happening there with Boost District.
Nice. Real nice. And our final story, Keith, this is really neat. You had this in CorvetteBlogger.com. A new guide put the ZR1X's 1,250 horsepower into perspective. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, you think of 1,250 horsepower. What do I need to beat 1,250 horsepower? That's almost like two C6 ZR1s together. That would beat 1,250 horsepower. Mm-hmm. How about 6 1984 Corvettes plus a 20 horsepower Suzuki outboard motor? That would equal 1,250 horsepower.
Yeah.
My guy Alex just goes on and on with this. And not only that, but he has you choosing 3 different performance engines from the 60s and 70s. Then he starts looking at different exotics like the different Vipers or Forge, 2 Ford GTs basically to reach a 1250 ZR1X. Couple Lamborghinis together equals 1250 ZR1X. So
there you go.
Pretty cool field guide. It's just fun and he had a good time doing it. And I think people enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, buddy, thanks for being back on Corvette Today. You and I get together again in 2 weeks.
Sounds great, Steve. We see you out on the road. Keep waving. I know I'm going to be.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Sioka Corvette at CIOCCA Corvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. IntelliSense at IntelliSense.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. Mark Falter with the Retirement Income Hour podcast. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.